Good morning, Aquarius. Yes, it's still morning by a little bit. But good morning. So I have messages for you. I probably should have done these messages 17 days ago, but we will see. Anyway, I have messages for you. I smoke, I curse, I speak of and reference God because that's what I believe in and I pray to, and there will be background noise in the videos. It just happens like that. So if you're not okay with any of those things, click the little X button in the top right corner. Not anymore. Stick around. Thank you. Thank you for being here with me. And let's get started because I don't want to waste your time or anyone's or mine. Alright. Anyway. So 1227. Air flowing, ideas, thoughts, epiphanies, all coming together. Breathing easier these days. Overcome the mountain, taken through the storm energy. Now on the way down to the valley where can rest. Retreats important at this time. Rest and self-care. New projects, big ones for collective perspective, shifts taking place, need your rest. Hold on. I gotta go back there. I feel like there was so much said in that one sentence. Retreats are important at this time. Rest and self-care. New projects, big ones for collective perspective shifts taking place. Okay, so for the collective, your perspective shifts are taking place. There are perspective shifts taking place for the collective, and you need your rest. So there's big projects, new projects coming in. I said all that. It was like, I said that in a big way to just, I could have been really simplified. So you might have to simplify something or summarize something. May be bewildered, but rest assured you will know the aha moment will come when necessary. Yellow ray of inspiration. Honey, golden, sticky situation you come out of. On top, too. Thank God for his grace. Seek him to order your steps. There will be no more. Grace, that is. Oh, okay, so I feel like that's a little important. Yellow ray of inspiration. Honey, golden, sticky situation you came out of. On top. Thank God for his grace. So alright, so when God gives us grace, it's because we didn't really deserve it. So that might be a sticky situation that you got yourself into, and God gets you out of it, and you come out on top. So thank him for his grace. And seek him to order your steps for the future, or there will be no more grace. Okay? So it's like only praying to him when you want something. So he might deliver it this time, but he ain't gonna do that shit again. You gotta show up for him even when you don't want shit. You gotta thank him. You gotta be grateful for the grace that he's already shown you, for the love and everything that he's already given you. Dedication is important. What you dedicate yourself to at this time, because in the near future, you have a big project. Don't lock yourself in. So that what you dedicate yourself to at this time, I believe that we should all be dedicating ourselves to God, and then he tells us where he guides us, you know what I mean? But if you don't believe in God and you want to do it your way, what you dedicate yourself to is important at this time. Like what you commit yourself to, what you give your word to and say, yes, I'm going to do this, or you put in some time or energy. Even if you don't say, yes, I'm going to, like verbally, yes, I'm going to do this, or yes, we're going to do this together. If you're putting in the energy, like you're going to do something, if you have that intention and you're putting in that energy and effort, it's the same thing. It's you're committing to it, you're dedicating yourself to it. But they're saying not to do that because in the near future you have a big project, and not to lock yourself in. Be different, which is like not unusual for you, Aquarius. You're supposed to, you're different. That's like your thing. That's what Aquarius is known for, being different. So be flowing like air, which again, you're air. I don't know why I feel like I'm telling you something you already know. Like you should already know. Like these are all things, like common sense I'm getting. Common sense, but again, not everybody has common sense. I actually kid around for years now and say that common sense is really rare sense. But we ain't gonna go there. But anyway, be different, be flowing like air. Release ties, dams, and stagnant situations. Release ties, dams, and stagnant situations. You might live with it somewhere where there's a dam, Hoover Dam. I don't even have a clue where there's a dam anywhere near me or anywhere. I can't even think of like the name of a dam except for the one that I just named. But it says to release ties, dams, and stagnant situations. So what does a dam do? It holds things up. It holds the water back, right? It holds the water back from flowing. So water is indicative of what? Our emotions, right? So there's something that release ties, dams, and stagnant situations. I would say that has to do with, because even stagnant would be, a lot of times you think of stagnant water, not flowing. And especially because I put dams right before it. So dams and stagnant back to back. It's like the dam is what's holding up the water and keeping it stagnant. So you have to release these ties and whatever that dam is holding you back from releasing your emotions. Some pregnant. Congratulations. Oh shit. Congratulations. For any of you who are about to have a baby. I wrote, I feel your morning sickness. I could have lived without that. Lay off the sugar artificially completely. It's making you sicker. I'm only laughing at the I could have lived without that note that I wrote. But yeah. So to my pregnant ones out there, congratulations. I feel your pain with regards to your morning sickness. And stay away from artificial sugar completely. Anything synthetic is no good. So those little blue packs, the pink packs, they're all that is artificial. All that is artificial, synthetic. It's man-made. Stay away from that. If you're going to consume any sugar, it should be natural. And even that, you should reduce. It says to lay off. So even if you have to lay off completely, that's what you should do. And remember, carbs break you down into sugar. So stay away from synthetic foods, period. Alright? While you're pregnant, Aquarius. And that was the end. I didn't have no more for you guys. I think that was all I had for you. But I didn't think that was. But I guess. I'm going to keep flipping just in case. You might be reading a book, like a good book, and you might be into it. Somebody knocks at your door, but you're ignoring the door because you're too busy reading your book and you want to finish the last page before you get up. That was super duper duper specific. For the love of Christmas. I'm still flipping. Somebody might feel like, damn, you're still mad, you're still flipping. You might still be mad at somebody that for something that they did, and they feel like you should get over it. Yeah, see, I knew I had more for you. Alright, let's see here. I don't have the date for this one. But I got, y'all know who's keeping it gangsta. Yeah, so the fabulous song. Flashing lights from camera, just got out of car or stepping on curb in front of club. Event, all eyes on you, celebrity, or just big deal, big party, big execs, bigger bracelets with bigger baguettes. That's been around the world. Bragging turns to been around the world. I can't find my baby. Switch up, same words, different songs. Alright, so y'all know who keeping it gangsta. The flashing lights from the camera. Before I read the just got out, because I wrote it, flashing lights from the camera, just got out of car, blah blah blah. But before I read the just got out part, flashing lights from camera, and prior to that, the y'all know who keeping it gangsta, I got that you run a red light cam and they flash a picture of your license plate and send you the ticket. So there's that. So maybe this big ass party that you're having could be like the baby shower, because I said congratulations, some of y'all pregnant. But it's like you're a celebrity, so the big deal, big party. So I get that. But I also, with the big execs, bigger bracelets with bigger baguettes, I actually get like bigger celebrity status. So some of you could be celebrities or of some kind of stature within your community or with your job. But it's like a big party for you, recognizing you or something that you've done, or maybe you were chose to spearhead a project and you not only did it, but you did it efficiently, like super efficiently, but you did it efficiently, effectively, and in a faster time than they expected you to. Like the turnaround time they gave you might have been like 6 to 9 months, and you might have knocked that shit out in 4 months. So, been around the world. This is that May song. But then I got bragging. And then it turns to been around the world, I can't find my baby. So, I don't know. You might be missing somebody. It might be feel like you're on top of the world and someone's not there to celebrate it with you, and it's like a sad moment. Switch up, same words, different meanings, sound of music, chilled drinks, water refreshments, gathering, high-end gala, social club vibes, socialites, Socrates, philosophies, discussions, intelligent, calm atmosphere. Would be snooty, but just gives grown, educated, down to earth. From where did they come down from? Yeah, I'm such an asshole. Okay, so this is back to the event. So you might be having mood swings. Again, this could really truly be a baby shower. But the sound of music, chill drinks, water refreshments, gathering, high-end gala, social club vibes. So socialites, which is why I said would be snooty, but just gives grown and educated. And then I wrote down to earth, and then I put from where did they come down from. I said from where did they come down from. The discussions reminiscing in your head, people yelling down the way, toast, cheers, clapping. Could be a wedding reception. If it is, it's your wedding reception. Congratulations. But if it is your wedding reception, you're the groom, so why do you seem so off and often alone and aloof, disconnected? But that's not the word. Disassociated. Receiving an award and don't even care type of energy. Something looming, noticeable to people who know and watch you for a long time. Just don't know what it is. There's something bothering you or looming over you, like rainbow booming. Rainbow bloom. Rainbow boom and gloom and bloom. I keep saying gloom, but I wrote bloom. Boom and bloom. That's like a surprising blossom. Something that might have been closed up just opens, and it's like burst opens and it surprises you. It might be the dam that we were discussing in the prior message. But this associated, receiving an award and don't even care. So that goes back to that been around the world and I can't find my baby. It's like you're celebrating, you're the one being celebrated, you're at your top of your game, but there's something that's like looming, like maybe you miss somebody. It could be a loved one that's passed on. Like if this is your wedding, it might be like your parents are passed, or one or two or both of your parents is passed, and that's the one that you would have wanted there at the wedding. Like for you ladies, you know your dad and you miss him, and it's like hard to get to the point where you go to walk down the aisle because he's supposed to be there to walk you down the aisle. So it's like that. And people in the wedding party don't necessarily know you or don't understand the connection that you may have had with your dad, or that your dad is passed, or whatever the situation may be. So they might not understand what it is that's underlying, that's bothering you, but it's visible to people. Some people might feel like you should be over that. You should have been done grieving years ago, is what I just heard. But I think that's fucked up for somebody to say that. But somebody might feel like this is something you should have been over already, so that's why they don't expect it to be that's bothering you. Again, my condolences. I watched you for a long time. I just don't know what it is that's bothering you or looming over you. Somebody might have told you that. Somebody might approach you in the middle of this event and say that to you. I've been watching you for a long time, and I could tell that something's bothering you. Like this is obviously going to be somebody who's close to you. Rainbow bloom could be about a little girl, daughter possibly. Possibility. She's got possibility. It's that song, that personality, that she's got personality. But I wasn't hearing personality, I was hearing possibility. And then I wrote, that's about all she's got. Mortified, shocked. So it's fucked up. Because somebody might be like, yeah, she's got this, but that's all she's got. She's got personality, but that's all she's got. Meaning like she's like hard to look at. Or maybe saying she's got possibility, but that's all she's got is potential. That's like saying about a dude too. Like, yeah, he's alright, but all he's got is potential. That potential ain't never gonna lead you nowhere. And somebody is mortified and shocked. Maybe they're mortified and shocked that you were so blunt, that you were so forthcoming, that you actually said that shit. Mortified, shocked, can't believe, eyes, disbelief, seem to be the only one aware, everyone else oblivious, bad dream, wake up, 9:30 p.m. Aquarius, you hiding from me. And I got, here's Johnny, Jack, Shining, Nicholson. And the arrow up like a Scorpio. That's what made me write Scorpio. Nickels, two rubbed together. But I wrote it out like numbers. 2 nickels, 2 rubbed together. Like I was going to add the 2s. And then I said, but got 6 now, thank you. So many calculations to compute. Computer overloaded, 9:34 p.m. end. But I have dollar amounts for you. $932, $9.32, $37.92, $92, $36.92. Don't ask me what all that is, but it are 2 nickels to rub together. Like a person is saying that person doesn't have 2 nickels to rub together, or the equivalent of that person doesn't have a pot to piss in. But if a person tells you that you don't have 2 nickels to rub together, you tell them, but now I got 6, thank you. I don't know. That's that Aquarius air sign fluidity Gemini shit we got going on here. But those are your messages. I guess we should get into the reading. I feel like I've been talking forever already. Alright, I pre-shuffled. I prayed already. I pray while I'm shuffling, pre-shuffling. But I always shuffle more on the camera, so I don't feel like I'm fucking around and just pulling what I want. Or like I stack the deck. Some of y'all might like spades. I like spades. I haven't played spades in a long time. I don't have a partner no more. I mean a spades telling people. I mean, we're not gonna get into that. Aquarius, what we got going on here? What we got going on here for Aquarius for the rest of May? Aquarius need to know. We had this like new moon yesterday, so probably still feeling that. So what should Aquarius be initiating? You're initiating a birth, a baby. Okay, good for you again. Congratulations. I don't feel like it's a fuck, I'm pregnant. I feel like it's a like, yay, we're pregnant. We're intentionally pregnant. We're happy about the pregnant. So it feels good. Again, congratulations. That's it. I just did a little happy dance in my chair, like I shifted. Yay, yay. Some of y'all are really happy, as you should be. As you should be. This is well deserved. Whatever it is, something to be happy and joyous about. Like I said, wedding, celebration at work, birth of a baby, whatever. But it's definitely celebration worthy. I guess I should stop shuffling, right? I feel like I already pre-shuffled, plus I just shuffle for forever. Alright, what does Aquarius need to know for the rest of May, please? I like to flip them back so that way I'm not looking at them, because then I start to read them and I get distracted. So Plus, in my hair, I feel like I know where they came from. Like, which came first. I don't know. Weirdo. Again, that's something about the where they came from. Remember where they came down from? Something like that. Got one more from my inner square, please, for Aquarius. I said one more. Why you gotta do me like that? Can you do one more, please? A little easy on me. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. Now, I always shuffle. The reason I said one more and I didn't take the 3 is because I always shuffle between the inner square and the outer square. Your inner square is your destiny. It's you. It's your fate. It's like you. And then your outer square is your external influence. External forces, outside influences, things that are outside of you that could potentially influence your inner square. But your inner square is you. Part of the... Oh, I gotta shuffle. Sugar. The Virgo in me needed it to make everything neat and orderly. What do we need for Aquarius' outer square? Outer square for Aquarius, please. And like that, when I lifted it up, it sounded like 1, 2, 3. I know. All right. Outside square for Aquarius, please. Thank you. Just because they flip in my hand doesn't mean I take them, but when they pop out, I take them. Okay, but why we gotta be all like that? Outer square for Aquarius, please. Outer square for Aquarius, please. Oh, you don't want to tell me, no? They don't want to tell you, Aquarius. They didn't want to tell you. I don't know, this might be too many. Nope, it's exactly perfect. They do want to tell you. They just wanted you to have the story correct. No, it's too many. Now what? I guess I'll take this one anyway. We're going to keep that one on the side. Just because. I'm going to put it on the top of the deck. And I'm not going to flip it. Nope. Nope. We're going to see. We're just going to keep it there. It's probably like the end note or some clarifier that I'm going to need. Alright. Let me stop mumbling, rambling. Oh, wonderful. I'm going to sip my water and look at this inner square before I even say anything else. But at the center of the read, the first thing I noticed is that broken glass. It's ill luck for long years. And it's surrounded by money, work. Surrounded by work. It's ill luck for long years. But it's also 44, which is guided and protected. Like your angels are with you through it. So this might be when I was talking about that sticky situation that God gives you grace. That could be that. But that's the first thing I noticed as soon as, because it's the center of the reading. So now I don't know if this is something you did, or like I said, it could be, or it could be something that somebody did to you, or wish I knew, whatever. I haven't even read the rest of the stuff, but initially that's the first thing I see. Like I said, give me a second. Just heard it's only a matter of time. Like you knew this would happen. It was only a matter of time. It's like having conflict with somebody at your job, and then knowing that eventually it was all going to come to a head and it might get ugly. Only a matter of time is what I just heard. If this is a physical fight, somebody gets hurt. If it's not a physical thing and it's a verbal thing, no. If it's something to do with the home, a person closest to you, like, what is that called? Your immediate family, meaning the people who live with you, whether they're blood or not, your immediate family. If it has something to do with them, it's gonna make you, like, I don't want to say it's sick in the head, but like you're gonna be like thinking about it. It's gonna make you sick. You're gonna be like, what the fuck? And it's something that that is new, that was just exposed to you. This isn't something that you've known for a long time. This is something that was hidden from you for a long time. There's something to do with home, childhood, growing up. It seems to me like it's something you were born into that your family kept from you, like just some fuck shit in your ancestry, like that would have led you to look at them and be like disgusted. For those of you who are getting married, you're marrying somebody with money. And that's not why you're marrying them. You actually love the person, but you're marrying somebody with, you're marrying into money, as people would say. I don't know, I just feel the need to like stand up, which I never do in readings. When I want to adjust myself, I just adjust myself. I just stood up like, It felt like somebody standing to speak at the wedding reception. Or somebody standing to speak at the career, what are those called? Those galas, those things that freaking big old companies do to honor people who work for them. I can't think of a word, like a corporate event, but it's like bigger than that. For those of you who have some information, that information, whatever it was that have disappointed you about your childhood at home, that they kept from you, you find this out and you're grateful to know it, even though it's disappointing. For those of you who are getting married, your marriage is going to be long lasting. Rich and happy. Long lasting. Something that your kids, even if you don't have kids, you don't end up having kids together and you already have kids, this could be like an older couple who's getting married, who have previous kids from past relationships. But whatever it is, whatever the case, even if it's like whatever, the kids, everything is going to be like, the kids are going to have that sense of nostalgia, like, oh, growing up I had this and this, or, you know, like I had a family. Like it's going to make them feel like they had that family structure. Even if the kids are older, it's going to give them something to look back on, like, okay, mom or dad built this family for me. It feels like mom, heavy on mom, built this family. Maybe born on the 25th. The number 25, you could be getting married on the 25th. May 25th could be significant. May 23rd could be significant. 5-5. 5-5 this past May 5th could have been important. I was about to flip your future card there. This is like you being born into shit, as we say. Why am I trying to sugarcoat it and find the nice way to say it? You might have been born into shit. Like, truly, you might have had a hard fucking life, and your parents might have not been great, and your living situation and circumstances might have not been great, and people in life, you might have stereotypically heard from people, oh, you ain't ever gonna be shit, you're gonna be a hooker, you ain't gonna be shit but a hoe, like, you're gonna be on the pole. For you men, you would have heard like shit like, oh, you're gonna be dead or in jail by the time you're 25, shit like that. So this is like people not having good projections for your life based on the circumstances that you were born into. And this is also you showing them, like, not even intentionally, it's just that you just had that drive, you just had that ambition, you just had that, I'm going to be different from these people. And that's that black sheep energy. That's the generational curse breaker, as they say. But that's that energy. And it's like, you might have just had that within you, like that drive, that ambition. Like, you didn't let any of these people's projections for your life really affect you. You always knew you were going to be successful. They could have told you that you weren't going to be shit, but you always knew you were going to be successful. And for some of you, you didn't know. Some of you felt like you weren't going to be shit. Some of you were insecure and just felt like, I'm never going to get out of this. You never seen another way out of this, because that's all you've seen. That's all you've seen is poverty and the struggle. That's all you've seen is welfare. You never thought that you would get out of it. But some of you knew you would better. You were destined for more than what you were born into. Because it has nothing to do with being better than. Some investment that you made when you were like doing shitty. Like, there was a time when you weren't doing so great, when you had like a period of ill luck and shit, but there was something that you did, and it's not a money investment. It was an emotional investment. It was an act of love, an act of kindness. There was something that you did when you were at your lowest that comes back to you tenfold. But it doesn't seem like it comes, and maybe it comes back in love, but it seems like it comes back all the way around, all the way across the board, because I just looked up after I seen everything. Like, I was looking at these, and because I was reading diagonally, I was over here reading diagonally, and when I was reading, I looked up and seen over here, and when I said to you it comes back, I had already told you that it comes back with the love, and then there's the money, and then there's the house. So I just feel like it comes back to you in all areas of life. But this is something that you did when you were at your lowest, and it was an act of love and kindness. That, like, it showed God where your heart was. It was like that, whatever that act of kindness was, it was, when I say you were at your lowest, you necessarily didn't have to be at your lowest, but you could have been at your spiritual lowest. You could have had to been at that point where you're going to make a decision, whose side are you on. You know what I mean? You can go either way, because we all have free will. And God created both. Dark and light, good and bad. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, like, it was, you had that moment to make that choice. And you chose to act with love. And in doing so, it showed him where your heart was. And that's where you earned this honor and recognition and the fulfillment of your goals, the success that you've achieved. You achieved this success because of where your heart was. You proved it. So even if this is not like, as I described it as a God thing, think of it like a financial thing. It's like you devoted your time, you devoted your effort, you devoted your love into whatever project you're working on, right? There's the corporate thing. You're spearheading a project. So you devoted everything you had into this. And because you poured so much goodness into it, it comes back to you. The goodness comes back to you. Like, you might have been pouring everything you had into this while shit in your life might have been not going so well. You might have been going through relationship struggles or family issues. You know what I mean? You might have had somebody in your family could have been sick. You could have lost a family member who was close to you at this time that you were spearheading this project. But you still poured all your love and everything into this. And as a result, like I said, it comes back to you. It's something that you've earned. It's not something that is just here. You can have this just because. This is something that you've earned through love and good energy that you put out at a time when you might not have had that within you, but you reached down and you found it and you put it out. For some of you, like I said, who had the sick family member, it could have even been you who were sick. You might have been sick and still kept on and kept pushing. And you got better. There was like, there was a period of rest or period of waiting. It was like, it's like waiting for the pharmacy to fulfill your prescription. But it seems like deeper than that, because it felt like longer than that. It felt like 6 weeks. You might have had to take like 6 weeks off from work, or you might have been working from home for 6 weeks on this project, because there was like a period of waiting, maybe 5 weeks. The number 35 could be significant. 53. So earlier when I was telling you about the marriage, and I was telling you how it's going to give the kids a sense of nostalgia, like in the future they're going to look back and be like, you know, mom did that for me. That was because I have the 5 of Cups up here and I have the Queen of Hearts right here. So to me that's like 6 of Cups, and that's what I picked up on, right? And then down here I get the 6 of Cups, which would, like, in my head is like nostalgia, but you get it with, and the family home and the security of it. Because 4s for me are stability, the 4 legs of the table. But 6s is like the gathering, the home. And so for that to be the card. But this is something, this is a successful home that you and this person build together. You might have had, both of you might have not grown up in the best familial circumstances. You might not have had like birthdays, Christmases, or things like that, but together you build that for your families. It really feels like a blended family to me. It doesn't feel like this is a wedding of like 2 young people getting together and then staying together for the rest of their life. This really feels like 2 people who are like in the middle, like in the middle of their lives, like after they've tried it and weren't necessarily successful at it. This is also a person who you might have had a poor mindset around getting married. You might have had that I'm never getting married mindset. This could be a man I'm talking to. Yeah, typically men are more, stereotypically men are more non-committal than women, but I think that women are non-committal as well. We just hide it better. We hide it as our standards, or we choose better. But I think there are a lot of times that we're non-committal to. So it could be, could be something like that. You might have felt like, I'm never getting married. Fuck all that. And here you are, not just married, but with a successful marriage. Look at you. Go ahead now. I'm happy for you, Aquarius. Very, very, very happy for you. Some of you might be in stocks and financial shit. Again, you made a good investment. in the past or at work, and it pays off. Meow. Pardon me, I'm reading your outside square so I can get the full story. Alright, so I didn't want to get too excited. Like, I seen a lot of shit going on here, and I was like, oh my gosh. But like I said, I didn't want to get too excited before I read the rest, because these cards have a lot of times, like, I'll see a few cards and I'll be like, oh shit, and then it turns real quick. But that doesn't seem to be the case here. So, alright. Remember at the beginning when I was telling you you're going to find out something that your family kept from you, and it's not necessarily such a good thing? And it might be like upsetting to you. Well, whatever this is, so again, being born into a fucked up situation, you might have had like shitty, what you think is shitty luck, right? You would think it's like shitty luck because it happened like before you were able to make decisions for yourself. So this isn't the result of your karma for your own actions. This is the situation that you were given, the cards you were dealt. You know what I mean? This is that when life gives you lemons. I used to say make lemonade, but then a few years ago I seen this dude on a short that said when life gives you lemons, make beef stew. Confuse the enemy. And that shit had me dying. And ever since, when life gives you lemons, you make beef stew. Confuse the enemy. I don't remember that boy's name. He was like a chef or something. I can't remember if he was on Instagram. I'm pretty sure. It might have been YouTube. I can't recall. But anyway, moving right along. No, he was on Instagram. I don't know why that just popped into my head. But anyway. So whatever this situation is that you're being celebrated for, whether it's a marriage or something that you earned, you know, career-wise or whatever it is, this is what delivered you from this fuckery. Remember I told you that you invested your heart and you invested your time and your love. You made an investment of love somewhere in life, and that's what God showed you. Like, that was the moment that He seen your heart. That's what protected you from these people, because you had some people around you who were causing challenges for you. They were causing burdens. It was like they were putting their burdens on you. They were projecting their shit. It's like they just call you to dump on you or tell you about. They always have negative things to say. It could be young people who are just you tried to guide but have a real negative mindset, and they do shitty things, so as a result they get shitty shit back. And it's like you might have taken on a lot of their burdens by just listening to them, you know, trying to give them advice and things of that nature. So whatever this is, work, love, whatever, it blocked you off from them. And that was the best thing you could have done. is invest your love and time into this stuff, because it blocked you off from the negativity. It blocked you off from things that are disturbing your peace in your life. It like locked them away. It pushed them out. And as a result of pushing out the negative things, the blocks, the dams, remember when I was telling you to remove the dams? As a result of doing that, you remove the dam, you washed out all this fucking negativity, and what came in was so much better. So you had fake friends that were not really your friend. They were really just blocking your progress, right? They didn't give a fuck about you. They only were trying to plot, plan, and strategize to make their own lives better. And that's the reason that they connected to you, because in some way they felt like you can help them do that. But they didn't care about making your life better. And again, this doesn't have to be just friends. It could be family. It could be loved ones. It could be anybody. It could be your own fucking kids, bro. Your mama, your kids. It doesn't matter. I will tell you, I'm a testament to it could be anybody. But as a result, you washed out that bullshit. And what came in was solid friends. People who are solid, that you can say, I've been friends with these people for 25 years, or that you can say that these are lifetime friends that you're going to be friends with for the rest of your life. These are connections, these are networks, these are that you're going to be able to look back, and you're going to look back when you're like fucking 50, and you're going to be like, damn, I did that. That was the horizon. It was that moment. You're going to understand what that moment was. Remember earlier I was telling you there was a moment when you were at your lowest? You're going to understand what that moment was and look back like, I did that shit. Like, with so much peace. And I feel like humility. Not just peace. I feel humility. And I feel peace. And I feel gratitude. Aquarius, good shit, bro. This wedding, for those of y'all who are getting married, I have like tears in my eyes. I'm so fucking happy for you, because this is like, so I already told you about the house and the ring and the money, but right below the house is the flowers, and the flowers is really the 10 of cups, because the 10 of hearts, and it's just like, and all the way at the top have the Queen of Wands. You could be 40 years old. You could be a fire sign and just have Aquarius placements. That's why you're listening to this. So, but anyway, or you could be a dude and you could be marrying the Queen of Wands. Or your partner, you could be a woman and the man you're marrying is a King of Wands. I guess take it however the fuck it goes. But I'm telling you, some of you are 40 years old too. But that would be like luxury. And this card, she's not the Queen of Wands. It's the number 40. These cards don't go like that. Look. But you see, that's the wine. And what does it say? Symbol of gaiety. And that just means really happy. Gay used to mean happy. I don't know when it became otherwise. But gay, the term gay used to really just mean happy. The definition of the word used to be happy. So this is like, and these cards are old as shit. So I think this deck was published in the 70s. Anyway. So wine is a symbol of cheerfulness and gaiety. So it's the celebration. That is the celebration that I was describing earlier when I had those downloads that I had written. Hold this. It's like, it's everything you could ever dream of. You're going to be moving. It's everything, like to your dream house. It's everything you've ever thought of. Some of you are 21 and you're buying your first house. All on your own. And it's like a fucking dream, because again, you didn't come from nothing. You came from, it wasn't like your parents said, here's 40,000 or here you could, they didn't give you shit. They didn't give you $20 for whatever this however you earned the money to buy this house. I'm going to tell you right now, your parents didn't even give you $20. They didn't fucking share your shit. They didn't support your shit. They didn't back you on this shit. They didn't even think you were going to make it. They had no fucking, this is like saying to your parents, I want to be a singer. Or nowadays, I want to be a YouTuber. And they're looking at you like, go the fuck to school, because there's no fucking money in that. Da, 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 da. And you're 21 buying your first house on your own, free and clear, no fucking mortgage. And it blows their fucking mind. It blows your mind. Congratulations. If that, whoever that is for, congratulations. Bitch, you did it. Go fucking head. And don't get so big headed that you buy this big huge house that, no, you buy it off, you pay it off, you make sure that it's something that you can maintain the property taxes on, maintain the house. It's not too big that you need 36 fucking housekeepers, and you know what I mean? You don't need 19 bathrooms. You don't, I promise you. So I'm gonna just tell you that, little 21-year-old. A house with room for growth, but you don't need one of these mansions, these $42 million mansions that these people buy and then they can't maintain. Property taxes on that is outrageous. Not to mention landscaping. Who the fuck is gonna mow that lawn? So again, to you who's 21 buying your first house, cash, good for you. I'm so fucking proud of you. Be smart. Okay? Okay. And if nobody in your family told you that, I'm glad I'm able to tell you that. Yes. I just heard happy wife, happy life. So some of your husbands might be picking up on, oh, I got a happy wife, happy life. Like, there's peace around here when my wife is happy. So for those of you who are already married or not getting married or in relationships, your partner is going to pick up on the fact that when you're happy, shit is peaceful, shit is smooth, and they're going to figure out a way to make that work. I see that putting in effort is not, the grass isn't greener on the other side, the grass is greener where you water it. I have a man, not to disclose anything in my life, but I have this man, every time I go outside, he's like, he works for the city, so he's always cleaning up the sidewalks in my neighborhood. And I see him and he says good morning to me every day. Every day I say good morning, and one day he says to me, you know, you're always so happy and peaceful. I'm glad. And he's like, you know, smiling. So I said thank you. I joke around and tell him I'm peaceful because I'm single. You know, we giggle and shit. It's like that. It's nothing. I don't know him. I don't even know his name. I'm not trying to get to know him. But then this morning I pass him and he's on the phone. And I say to him, good morning. Like I would normally. Like he would normally, because he normally initiates. I don't usually say shit to people. Unless they're staring in my face, because I was raised like that. You stare in somebody's face, you fucking speak. Like, it's rude as fuck. So when people stare in my face, I'll say good morning or good afternoon. I guess that's the asshole in me. But anyway, getting back to what I was saying. So I say good morning to him, and he's on the phone. And he's like, good morning. But his tone that he said good morning was not that happy, friendly tone that he normally speaks to me in. And this is the first time that he was on the phone when he speaks to me. So I already knew what was up. And I kept it pushing. I didn't think twice because that shit don't affect me none. But it affects the way I view him. Come out the store. On my way back. He's off the phone now. And he says to me, oh, good morning. And he's back in that normal, friendly, overly friendly tone. And I'm like, I said good morning a few minutes ago, but you like curbed me because you was on the phone. And I got to push it walking. Like, I don't think he picked up on it. My thing is this. And then I seen another man that I know has a girlfriend, wife, whatever you want to call her. They cohabitate. They live together. And he's outside talking to the crossing guard, staring at her face, smiling, standing close to her. And I'm like, I look at him like, and he said good morning to me, and I'm looking at him like, bro, you're so fucking, like, in my eyes, you're so fucking disgusting. But like, messy, like, why? Like, why? So my thing is this: the grass isn't greener on the other side. The grass is greener where you water it. And I don't understand why these people out here watering everything on the street instead of paying attention what's in their own homes and backyards. I don't know why I felt the need to tell y'all that. But if that's y'all paying attention to everything outside of yourselves and outside of your homes, don't be like that. Don't raise your kids to be like that. Be better. But from this reading, it looks like you already know all that. It looks like you've already done better. It looks like you've already made better choices. You guys are going to travel. So after this career thing or marriage, or after you give birth and have the baby, you guys are going to travel. I wouldn't say go on a cruise, but you definitely are going to travel. I just heard Italy. So maybe some of you have always wanted to go to Italy, but y'all going to go. I don't think it's the honeymoon. It just feels like after years of being married, it feels like family vacations. It just or even being single, it feels like being able to take your kids and we out, just us. You know what I mean? And you might have not thought you were going to be able to do this when you were younger in life. Even as of recently, you might have been 38, like, I don't know how the fuck I'm going to do this. And then you pull it out of your ass. 77. This comes to you because you put one foot in front of the other. You made wise investments, not necessarily with your money, but with your time and your energy and your focus and your love. You made wise investments, and you're patient. And in God's time, shit happens. I don't know why I feel the need to say this, but for some of you guys, your father was really, really, really excited when you were born. He was just young, so maybe he made poor decisions or whatever, but he was very, very, very excited for you. And they tried to make it work for you guys. I feel like you have siblings. They really did. You might have been 8 when they split up. Your dad feels like you were the best thing he ever produced. Like the only good thing that ever came out of him. Again, the number 52 is significant. And 38. Releasing that dam, you have to release it. Whatever that blockage, whatever that, remember earlier in the very beginning, I said the dam, stagnant waters, the releasing ties, you have to release that. Because that's the key for everything else. That's the key to, remember when I said not to tie yourself down, to pay attention to what you're committing yourself to, because in the future you're going to have a bigger project. For some of you, this hasn't even happened yet, and this is going to come in. You got this big project at work that's going to come in, and it's going to lead to all this shit. For some of you, this is happening now. For some of you, this is something that's going to happen in the future. But what I was going to say about that is not to tie yourself down right now, not to commit yourself into anything, because you're going to need to travel. Some of you are going to need to travel for whatever this is. Some of you need to be single to be able to travel. And it's going to be like abrupt. You're going to be like, what the fuck? Like one day you're sitting in your house just doing your day-to-day routine, and the next day you have to get on a flight and go somewhere. It's just the way shit is. It might be because you find out a family member is sick and you have to travel to them. It might be that you have to travel to a family member and they give you some information that like rocks you, that tells you like, your great grandmother or something been left you a house and your whole fucking family has been hiding it from you. And they give you the keys. It's something that's like mind blowing. So, but whatever it is, you earned it, and it's because of some investment of love that you made when you were at your lowest. When you didn't have anything else to give, you gave love. And that's why this is happening. For you, to you, and all that goodness. So, Aquarius, this is the best reading that I've done all month. I just want you to know that. I am so happy for you guys. So happy for you guys. Congratulations to all my pregnant ones. Congratulations for all the love, marriage. My gosh. Yay. And congratulations and go, people, for y'all fucking houses. Y'all go. I'm so proud of y'all. So happy for y'all. Very, very happy for y'all. I don't even know what else. I was going to end it, but I don't even know how to say. Like, I just started thinking about how wonderful this is for you. So, much love to you guys. I love y'all. I'm very happy for y'all. You guys be blessed. And whatever it is that you needed to release, release. Alright, so I see y'all again. Bye now.